Hello. Hello. Thank you for coming to my channel. My name is Cindy, and thank you for coming to my channel. And I'm just popping on here like impromptu because I was just on Facebook and I have been listening to a lot of different teachers that have been talking about Outschool. And as you can see, I work for VIP Kid. A lot of VIP Kid teachers are now looking into the company called Outschool. And it looks pretty cool. I'm watching the videos and I'm going to keep a tabs on this. It looks really, really interesting. But I wrote down some reasons why I am not really thinking that it's going to be for me, and it's not going to be for everyone. Um, I work for VIP Kid, and I really like the way that the company is run. And I right now have worked myself up into the second raise. So I make a little more money than I did when I first started. And plus, there are other ways that you can make money with VIP Kid more than what you get for a base pay. Now, with VIP Kid, you need a 4-year degree, and you also need to have some other specifications that are just for VIP Kid teachers. You need to have an American, speaking. That's what they want. They want to have their kids to have a good natural American speaker. And then you have to have your 4-year degree, which is in any subject. It can be business, it can be nursing, it can be anything, but it does have to be a 4-year degree. Now, there are things about Outschool that could be better for people that maybe they are really good at teaching, but they don't have the 4-year degree, and they could work for Outschool, which is really cool. Outschool does not require a 4-year degree. They do require you to apply and to show them that you have the ability. And the thing that they do require is that you would make up your own curriculum. So say you want to teach preschool, you're going to have to make up your own curriculum, and you're going to have to just work it up yourself. Now, if you're really organized and you love doing that kind of stuff, it's the perfect thing for you. But personally, with VIP Kid, I kind of like that I just open up my slots and I do some preparations ahead of time, but for the most part, the curriculum is done for me. And at this time in my life, it works for me. But so one of the first things that is a challenge for me would be the times. VIP Kid is in the mornings, and I usually start about 6 a.m., sometimes 5 a.m., sometimes 5:30. But since I've been home more now, it seems like my 6 o'clocks and 6:30s book better. If I get a 5 a.m., usually I don't get like a 5:30 and a 6, so I might have a big space there. So every now and then I get a 5 a.m., but it's done by 9 a.m. So for me, I'm all done teaching by 9 a.m. And then I usually do like my feedback and like clean up my stuff. So I'm done in the morning, and then sometimes I can work Friday night, Saturday night. If the kids are in school, I don't work during the week. And sometimes, since everybody's been home, I have worked some evenings, but it works better for me just to do mornings. Now, without school, you can set your own schedule, and it can be daytime hours. So this might work better for people that live out west. They like are what, 2, 3 hours before me. So they have to work really, really early times. So without school, you would work the hours that the Americans want teachers. And so you would not have to work Chinese waking time. You could work the regular business times for Americans. One of the things about Outschool is that you do make your own curriculum, which that can be good for some people. They love it. And I know that I've seen a lot of people on YouTube that are amazing. They are like organized, and they just have more to give. They have more to give with their talents and their abilities, and they have good organizational skills, and they are ready to go. I can tell. Personally, I don't know if I right now at this point in my life, I'm not really thinking that that's for me. Hello, Stephanie. I just don't really, I'm not that, it's not the time in my life to really want to put together a curriculum, although my major is in math. So maybe I will get a brainstorm at some point that I could organize a math class. What I've seen from Outschool is that people will organize their own class. Now, I have done homeschooling many different ways. I have taught in a Christian school. And so I have 13 kids, so they've all done different types of and styles of learning. And I don't know. I'm not rich, so for me to just put all my kids into classes, that would be kind of hard for me to do at this point in time. So, but as a teacher, I just have too much going right now to think about that. But sometimes when I see what other people do, I think, oh, that wasn't really hard at all. Like I know one of my friends, she just read a book and she did story time. And I'm thinking about my daughter who teaches violin. Maybe she could do violin lessons. So if you can think of a plan and you want to put it together, then you go ahead and do that and maybe Outschool is for you. But for right now, I don't really want to make the curriculum. So VIP Kid making the curriculum for me really works for me. And also you have to do the scheduling. Like you'll have to figure out, am I going to teach, for Outschool, it's all open. So you kind of have to organize your own time, organize your own plans and how that's going to go. And if you want to do, I've heard that people can make more money per class, but then you have to remember that say you say 5 kids can come to my class, I'm charging $5 per person. That's $25 for a half hour. But then what if 3 kids don't show up? What if they don't all book? And then you have that whole half hour that's wasted. So, yeah, so I just don't really understand how scheduling works. I have talked to Paige Howell. She's the one that I kind of talked to first, and I figured I will talk more to her about it. She's like, oh, yeah, I could help you out. Like if I could teach maybe one math class, I might try it. Without school, you can do 1, 2. You don't have to do a whole ton of stuff. You can do whatever you want. So I don't know. It's kind of tempting to go ahead and get my foot in the door and apply, but I don't really know exactly what I would do. But the thing is, I don't want to have to do a lot of preparing and I don't want to have to I don't want to have a lot of scheduling that I have planned for and then it doesn't get booked. So that would be hard for me. And so for number 4 is the pay. So for VIP Kid, I have worked really hard in my 2nd year now, and I have worked up. I've gotten the 2nd raise. And then like I am starting to get a few short notice bookings. This week I got 2 conversions for my what do you call it? Trials. Well, that's really cool. So you get $5 for each trial that you convert. And so, and I'm getting pretty well booked. So I just feel like I'm doing okay right now and I'm not really um, needing something else at this point in time. But it is a good option. I love it. And number 5, I just want to say I am excited for those who are trying it. I am excited to see what's going to happen. I actually wrote Nancy Taylor an email about a month ago, and I said, who is going to like take the VIP Kid program and turn it into something for the American kids. And I was thinking maybe she would do it. She's innovative, but I didn't know about Outschool. I didn't know about that opportunity. Hello, Giselle. So I just wanted to come on here and share that I am seeing all the videos. I am really excited about the opportunity. I am really, really happy, beyond happy, that the VIP Kid teachers are bringing their talent and abilities to the American kids. Oh, good, Evelyn. Evelyn's cutting watermelon. Delicious. It is warm today, and I just did a music class. So what I'm doing right now is I'm teaching VIP Kid, and I teach, this morning I taught from 6 a.m. to 9 a.m. And then I did my feedback, watched my friends on YouTube. Um, and I have my own kids that are still doing schoolwork. I have 3 kids that are doing schoolwork and then 2 kids that are well, one is finishing. She's in her junior year and she's finishing and she's going to graduate at some point within the next couple months. And then I have my son who is doing college classes right now. So I have 5 kids at home, so that's kind of a lot going on. Plus, we're doing like projects around the house and things like that. So I have a lot going on. I'm not really sitting around wanting things to do, honestly. Today is my oldest daughter's birthday, and she lives about an hour away from me. So sometimes she'll come over and we'll visit and stuff like that, and she'll bring the kids. But when we have a day that everybody's home, then I will teach her daughter 1 hour a day. She's 6, she's in first grade, and she needs a lot of help with reading and just general schoolwork. And it's nice to have. So since I have the VIP Kid World, I can bring that to my own family, which is cool. So I teach her usually about an hour per day, um, unless it's really nice and they just go straight outside. So when I do it, it's about an hour, and we'll do some reading, we'll do some games, we'll do some spelling. She has a whiteboard and markers and stuff like that. So it's probably kind of like Outschool, right? And as far as Outschool goes, there may be people that want that kind. As a matter of fact, I'm just thinking, really? There may be people that want that one-on-one. Like, you don't have to have a class of 5 kids. There might be parents that would pay you $20 for a half hour or an hour, or maybe $40 for an hour to help reading with their kids. I know my daughter was a nanny to doctors and some very well-to-do people, and they were willing to pay money for stuff like that. So I didn't know about it either. You would do math classes. I was shocked when Nancy said some people made 13,000 a month. Yeah. Yeah, they would have to be doing something really amazing for that. But, think about it. There are a lot of teachers that are amazing and they're out of work right now. So all they have to do is package that all up, put it on the computer, and people are going to pay for it. So, yeah, maybe grandma reads. That sounds like a really good idea, actually. So maybe I will check into it. But I'm just watching. I'm watching to see what it's going to do. And I just wanted to come on here and just say that, I'm excited about it. I'm really excited about it. I love teaching the kids in China, and I think they are awesome. But I just have always said, and if you've watched any of my videos, you will always see me say that I love the teaching community, the American teachers. They're so innovative. They're so such hard workers, and I'm just it gets me teary to think about this talent being funneled into our own kids. And now we're kind of forced into the stay home thing. And so I actually don't think it's that bad to have to teach your own kids. I mean, I've homeschooled for many years, and it is hard. There's no doubt about it. It is hard. It is harder than just being a mom. It is one step harder, and being a mom is hard, but it's rewarding, and it's really, there are so much more benefits. I mean, my older kids had a love for learning. We did things that weren't just schoolish, like we watched all the Little House on the Prairie series. Whenever it got to any point in history, they watched a movie about it. We talked about it. We watched all the videos. We had a Christian bookstore not far from us, and we watched all the videos about all the missionaries. And that's a good history lesson all of itself. You learn history, geography, you learn about the missionaries, you learn about the dedication for the Lord and everything. They had videos, and they had a video series, which a lot of those movies are either on PureFlix, Netflix, maybe not Netflix, but there are a lot of different forums that those are on. I know Bob Jones University is where my son Benjamin went to, and they made a lot of their videos available for free during the quarantine. And so there are ways to get those kind of resources. Plus, there's Moody Science Video. So the other thing I wanted to say with Outschool is that some people are going to pay for this, but there are also a lot of resources that are for free. I was annoyed with my last class, some kids 11 years old, know-it-alls. I do one. Oh, yeah, that's what I was afraid of. Yeah, because, American kids are not trained to be as respectful as Chinese kids. That's true. We know that, don't we? And, I guess that's something we have to do is, that'll be a whole different thing about distance learning because we're spoiled as VIP kid teachers. For the most part, the kids are respectful. We do have our problems, but it's not going to be this percentage probably as the American kids. I was thinking of that too, Giselle, because one of my daughters taught school at a Christian school even in Georgia, and she was obviously sent home and had to do distance learning. And she said some of the kids didn't do any of the work. So, that is an issue. I'm going to plug in I think my battery is low. So that is an issue. So that's a good point too. And I guess, I know they do have Facebook groups for all the teachers to share and stuff. Um, it might not be as gracious as VIP Kid. I don't know. I've had a good experience with VIP Kid teachers, and for the most part, they've been respectful. I've gotten off of groups that weren't. Oh, they were from China. Okay. Interesting. Wow. Interesting. Okay. Yeah. I don't know how that's going to work. Maybe you have to put in like a report or something. They said you do have to type in feedback and stuff for Outschool as well. So I don't know a lot of the details, but the other thing I wanted to say is that to keep in mind that there are a lot of distance learning things in place right now. My daughter, who is graduating this year, she's a junior, but she's also taking some courses from, it's called Virtual Learning Academy. And they do a whole year of courses. Like it's like you're doing, like, say, English or speech, or they even have history classes and math classes. You could do your whole entire high school on there, and it's actually paid for by the state. So it to me, it's free. So that's something to keep in mind too. That even though kids are out of school, there are ways that they can get an education, not just from the public school teacher, but they can get an education, online education, other ways, and the state pays for it. So you got to keep that in mind too, that everybody floods into Outschool and then assuming that everybody's going to pay for this, and not necessarily, because there's a lot of free programs. So that was the other issue I had in mind, that I thought maybe some people without kids in high school, they might not know that. Yes, because the company I work for does one-on-one, one-on-four. It's 5. Gonna hurt for try. My 1-versus-1 classes are good. Oh, good. Yeah. So how much, I don't know. Maybe you could tell me privately, but if you don't mind, you could tell me in the chat box how much you charge for a one-on-one. Because I think the one-on-one is really the best, and the parent would get the best out of it. And if, say, you have 5 kids show up and then one of the kids is a brat, then the other people have to deal with that too. But if it's one-on-one, you're only dealing with the one student. So, you could maybe charge a little more if it's one-on-one. And I know I used to tutor back in the dark ages when I was in college. I tutored math, and back then I got $10 per hour. And I know people are making like $30 an hour or stuff like that, for tutoring, maybe more. I don't know. But like in Nancy Taylor's video, she said, make sure that you charge enough that you're going to compensate for your taxes and your other stuff. Sorry, I haven't done Outschool yet, but I want to do it. Oh, okay. But you've done online. Now, my kids, the Virtual Learning Academy that I'm talking about, is they will give you a whole set of lessons to do. And you don't have to talk to the teacher every day. You have a check-in call at the beginning of the class, and then you talk with the teacher every time there's what they call a DBA, and the teacher will ask you questions. Hello, Journey with Jacqueline. Thanks for making this video. I signed up to teach for Outschool and pressure myself to apply now. Yeah. Um, yeah, I'm anxious to find out how it goes. But the system that my kids do right now, just so you know, is it's the whole semester. They do classes by the semester, and they're given a list of things they have to do, and they just go through and they do each one, and then they have a check-in point with the teacher. They have a time when the teacher calls up, asks questions to make sure the student knows the material. They have to do a lot of typings. They know this is distance learning, so they do it in such a way that the kid, it's not just answer these 5 questions, you get 100, they could look them up. They do it so that they make sure the kid, it has to write about it, talk about it, have a concept of what is being studied. It's not like regular school where everybody put everything away and answer these 5 questions from your memory, because they know they can't see the kid. They know the kid could cheat, whatever. It's made for distance learning. So my kids have done that. There's also videos that people can get from different sources. Different curriculums can get videos and things like that. So Outschool is not the only type of online learning, but it is cool because you get a one-on-one teacher, face-to-face teacher. So that's really cool. So I like the program. I like the concept of it. I'm watching other people. I'm going to talk to Paige because she's the first one that I talked to about it. And, I'll see what happens. Maybe I will apply. Right now, I'm thinking I don't really want to or need to. I'm busy enough, but it might be something to do, to dabble in a little bit, like I don't need to make $1 million, but maybe there is something that I could teach and make a little money and just for the fun of it, kind of thing. That's what teachers do, right? All right. So I want to thank you guys for watching. Thank you for coming to this live. And I also want to let you know that Saturday morning, I will be doing my Saturday morning regular live at 9:15 a.m. And I'm going to be talking about a little bit about my big family. I have a list of questions, like general questions that people have asked and do ask for big families. And I just thought that might be fun because people seem to be interested in just knowing more about the whole thing. I have 13 children. My youngest is 12, and my oldest is, her birthday's today. I don't know how old she is, 30 something, but I don't like to think about it. So, yeah, so she's my oldest. I have 4 grandkids, and I have tried a lot of different types of education for my own kids, and I have also taught. I am a teacher, plus I do VIP Kid, obviously. And so I just wanted to share a little bit about my family and answer some questions. And then I also have another friend that has a big family. She has adopted children. She has 2 of her own, and the rest she has adopted. And she told me the count is up to 14, and she's looking at fostering a 15th. So I'm planning on talking to her soon. I don't know if it'll be next week or if she wants to wait a week or not, but keep that, if you're interested in listening. She's one of the most amazing people I've ever met. And she does not teach for VIP Kid, but she has a big family and she's awesome. And so I actually went on a walk yesterday and saw her, and I was like, I want to talk to you on my channel. And she's like, sure. So she's always willing to share, herself with people. She's amazing. Thank you. I'm not that great. I'm a survivor. I'm a survivor. I'm not super mom. But, well, thank you for coming, and thank you for the thumbs up, guys. And I hope to see you all Saturday. And I'll see you around. I'll be watching for those videos on Outschool. Thank you. Have a great day. Bye.